Hello, everybody. Wow, yesterday brought up a lot of discussion. I am so glad for that because it was something that really needed to be discussed. And, well, I think just looking back at the comments about the comments, it just floored me. It just floored me. Anyway, I'm kind of starting at the end because it's already after 9 o'clock in the evening. I have done things today, recorded them, but they're on my camera. I will be uploading them. And so this is the hello. I'll upload things from the camera and then come back to say goodnight. I hope you all had a wonderful day. I just really enjoyed. It was so nice out today, and we went to the park. Okay. Look what I'm working on. Isn't that pretty? I like it. The thing I like about it is both the pearls and the copper, they don't clash, but it isn't like you see one more than the other. You look at it, you're going to see both beads. It's not like you're, I don't know. It's not like I'm just using spacer beads to use them as spacer beads. I don't know if that's understandable or not. It is to me. That's what matters, right? My hobby, my call. Oh, I just changed the SD card. The memory. Oh, I see what's keeping it. It's these little doohickeys here. I just changed the memory card, and so I put the old one in this, because you can stick this in the computer, but I like to just use them to save the old ones because I have to put the little dinky ones in the camera. And then I just took the camera to the computer. That's the way I roll. I don't know how other people's do. But one of the things, I can't believe it. I have been finding several of these pearls. They'll have a hole in one side, and the other side either won't have a hole or the hole is plugged up. I mean, they just didn't get all the way through the plastic. Yes. But I keep picking at that, hoping it'll pop off of there, but it's part of the bead that just didn't get. And then there are some that they never got a hole in at all. And but, you know, so I'm just kind of fishing through and finding them. It only seems to be with the pearl ones. Now, it's got 2 holes. Now, I have to find one same size that also has 2 holes. Same size and color. And that one, it almost looks like it does, but it just turns out to be a shiny spot. So anyway, I may have to go digging in the big bucket. I don't know. Let me look. I do still have pearls in here. There's just not a lot of them. I'm hoping, yeah, there's some. I'm hoping I don't need too many more of that. In fact, I'm working on a smaller size than that already. See? Those are too big. But these, well, that's not even, that's a teardrop shaped, but I think the size that I'm using are in that box right there. If I can just find some that they put the holes in. That one's got them. Okay. But anyway, that's what I've been doing today. And, you know, we can't have just, you know, we've got to have some fun. And so I'll just show you my Purdy for so far. I found 2 that are made, well, actually I found 3, but are they the same size? But these have the little doohickeys on them to, you know, like make a dangle on a neck, on a earring. So I think I'll make the earrings, because they're about the same size as the big one on here, same color and size. So I think that's what they're made for. And so I hope I'll have a couple of little beads too. But like I said, I may have to go back and start digging in the big bucket again. But I may just have enough in there. So that's what I've been doing. They do have some of these teardrop shaped pearls, but I haven't been using them because there aren't that many. I've been using the teardrop shaped copper beads because there's enough of them. There seems to be a lot of them. Anyway, so I don't know. I may end up not making it real. I don't want a choker. I don't want to make a choker. And so far, I always get so afraid of losing these things. So far, this is not big enough to go all the way around. I mean, the wire is, but the necklace itself, the beads are right up on my neck, and it's still not touching beads in the back. So it's just not ready. But that's what I'm working on. So it's a little more, I don't know. It isn't as hodgepodge, that's what I'll say. It's not as hodgepodge as I was doing. Isn't that cute the way it swings? Hi everybody. I found this a little windbreak here because I don't have a little windsock or tuft of felt or anything to put on this camera. This is our water park. We are at Arbor State Park. And this is the water park for, it's been, well, when did they build this? About 5 years ago, maybe? Yeah. It's about 5 years old or something like that. It was just a regular swimming pool, and it needed some work, so they made a water park out of it. But it's pretty nice. It won't open until, well, it'll be close to the 1st of June, after school's out. And they usually have, Red Cross does swim lessons here, generally in the mornings. They may do some evening swim class. And the rest of the day is just open for swimmers. I think they have one family evening. I don't come swimming anymore. Used to be a pretty good swimmer. I don't come swimming anymore. Oh, anyway, that's part of our hometown. That's a part of our pretty hometown. I'm going to turn around and let you see a different part, but I got to be careful not to get people in the shot. Okay, might get a little wind. There you go. There's some of the rest of the park. Isn't that cool? Oh, it's not going to want me to go down that. Well, down it probably won't mind. I tried to come up this incline here, and I made it to about, maybe 2 feet from the edge of the sidewalk here. And she slowed to a stop, and I had to reverse downhill because it was just too much of an incline for this old girl. She's about she's on about as much on her, well, she's more on her last leg than I am. I'm not gonna be so discredited. I hope you're not getting too much wind noise. I gotta be careful. I'm driving reckless. I'm a one-handed reckless driver. It is so fun to be out. We have a couple of parks. This is the bigger one. It's Arbor State Park. Nebraska's the Arbor State, believe it or not. I'll tell you the rest of that story. Well, maybe I'll tell you now. Nebraska City, which is about an hour or so from here, is where Morton of Morton Salt started out. They were very big. They were very big on trees. And Nebraska was partly homesteaded on the homestead contracts. On a lot of it was that they would plant a certain number of trees were on some part of their homestead for so many years, and a lot of them did it in groves so that they had the rest to farm. Thus is the history I've been told anyway. That's where we've been, is where we're going. I've got to be careful to keep people, and there's some families out today, and I think that's wonderful. Anyway, the Morton family was really big on trees, and the son, who really built up the Morton Salt business, and he expanded their what was once a small house in Nebraska City into what is now a mansion called Arbor Lodge. And I'm going to stop a minute. There's a carriage lodge. There's all kinds of stuff up there. And it's such a place to go and visit. None of the family lives. It's a museum kind of thing now, and it's just gorgeous. And there's trees everywhere, all kinds, flowers, trees, and and Nebraska City has a apple festival every year because there's apple farms up there. And there's a lot of trees. There was one year that Wymore, where we live here, actually was Arbor City, I believe, because they choose an Arbor City every year. And one year this one actually got it for the most cared for. I don't know what all their qualifications are, but until that point I didn't know any other city was ever Arbor City other than Nebraska City, but I guess they do an award each year, and we actually got it here once. But Arbor State Lodge has been here for many, many moons. Or Arbor State Park. The lodge is a little brick building down that way. Anyway, we're going to head home, and I will see you there. Got just a minute to close here. Yes, I did make the necklace yesterday. That's why you saw the different shirts. I hope everybody had a beautiful day today. Loved the park. I hope you all had just as much fun. Excuse me. And I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. I care about you. And I'm glad you care about me too. Oh, hasta mañana.